Engage and execute.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, here's Admire for you, and today I would like to share some of the thoughts that have been bothering me for a few months already. Now, to make it crystal clear, I will say that this video can be interesting both for people who haven't played Destiny, as well as for people who play it every day like I do. I will explain what is going on with the game at the moment, what's bad and what is just unbearably awful, so someone who has no idea what's going on would have some insight and see what the fuss is all about in this game. Let's cut right to the chase, shall we? The main complaint is that it seems like Bungie doesn't care about this game and the people that play it. I'll just describe some glaring issues and try to keep the video relatively short, so here we go. People play this game for two reasons, PvE and PvP. I'm in the latter group, and here are some interesting facts that happened to the PvP community of Destiny. I started playing this game in June last year, and it was immediately apparent to me that in PvP there were basically two exotic hand cannons that were dominating the scene, Thorn and the Last Word. Little info for people who don't know, Thorn is the only gun in the entire game with damage over time effect, and the Last Word is a fully automatic hand cannon that can kill you in half a second firing from the hip. And back then the idea was that the gun would be useful in close quarters, and that is great and all, but in practice it was killing people at ridiculous ranges, so basically it was the best gun in the entire game after Thorn. Since then they nerfed both guns, so now in 2016 they're working as intended, but here is the kicker. It took Bungie 250 days to even acknowledge that Thorn and the Last Word are overpowered, let alone nerf them. 250 days. Let it just sink in. In Destiny, all weapon drops are random, and as you could probably guess it, exotic weapons are the rarest of them all. Only a few quest lines award you with some of those. Thankfully, the Thorn was one such weapon, and you just needed to play the game enough so it would eventually give the quest for it. The Last Word, however, isn't a reward for any quest. It's completely random drop, and God knows when you will be able to get it. And now imagine that RNG is not on your side, and you weren't lucky enough to have any of those two overpowered guns. You were basically screwed. Every other gun was working okay, but if you are going up against an opponent with Thorn, for example, if he is any good with it, you're going to lose, no matter what you do. Now, skill plays a big role, and obviously you can outplay and even win a firefight using other weapons, but it requires the person using Thorn to be bad, and you, if you're using something else, to be good and lucky not to die from the DOT effect. Some people chose not to use it. I was among those, because since I got the gun, it just felt dirty using it. It definitely felt OP, because just think about it. Here are hundreds of weapons that you can use, they're all good and interesting, but here's another gun. It shoots as fast and deals as much damage as the rest of the hand cannons, but it has DOT effect with it. A question, which gun will you use? I don't know. Well, I know. Back then Thorn was the only gun that required less skill to be good at, and it actually made people have better results in PvP overall. Now let's remember again for how long the era of Thorn was lasting. 250 fucking days. 250! Nothing changed, and you were killed every day by the same gun over and over and over again. Does that sound fun to you? Okay, enough said about this miserable time. Back then I was too much consumed by grinding for exotic weapons, and I had plenty of content to explore, so I felt like it wasn't that bad actually. When last DLC came out, The Taken King, it was like a breath of fresh air. They nerfed Thorn and the Last Word, but how did they nerf it? They nerfed all the hand cannons. All of them. No other hand cannon except Thorn and the Last Word needed to be nerfed, yet they did it anyway. Okay, alright, let's see what happened after. The auto rifles were underused to say the least. To be completely honest, they were useless. The time to kill was simply too long to have any fighting chance against the other weapon type, so they come up with a buff to auto rifles. Great! They said that the auto rifles with a different rate of fire will be buffed by 7, 3 and 4% respectively. Great! Auto rifles users rejoice. What happened then? When the update actually came out, nobody really noticed the difference, and the people started asking, what the hell happened? And then we find out actually that there was a typo, and they actually meant 0.7% buff, 0.3%, and 0.04% buff to the highest rate of fire rifles. 0.04. Many people actually started thinking that Bungie actually lied to us because there was quite some time between the announcing of the update and the update itself, and nobody noticed that there was a typo since then? That is quite hard to believe in my opinion. Now, since then, the people got used to auto rifles, and some of them are actually good today, so it appeared to be an okay decision after all. But right as all of this was happening, it felt just like a slap in the face. If there was more communication between developers and the community of the game, it could all be avoided and nobody would have a bitter aftertaste and feeling of dishonesty. And now I save the best for last. Something that is still implemented in the game today, and I think almost every player thinks that it absolutely has to go. What am I talking about? Skill-based matchmaking. Now why is that bad, you would ask me? If anything, it should bring only positive things. People of equal skill will play each other, and there will be no problem, and there will be only rainbows and butterflies, right? There are a few things to say. First, when you make such matchmaking system, the skill obviously is more important than the connection quality. So for example, players from US could be going up against players from Russia, or people from UK could be playing people from, I don't know, Zimbabwe, and the connections would be absolute garbage. On your screen, people are teleporting, not taking any damage, and kills are registering 5 seconds after. Imagine how fun is it to shoot someone with a sniper rifle clear in the head, and after watch him walk around like nothing happened, probably shoot somebody else, and die much later. Like from a freaking heart attack. But the thing is, it's not a death note here, and it's not fun. Second thing, Bungie implemented skill-based matchmaking without telling anyone about it. When players asked directly, what the hell, the sweat level in my games increased and the lag exponentially increased. The answer of Bungie was, we haven't changed a thing in the last update, everything should be back to normal soon. But that just didn't make sense, and a few days ago, from creating of this video, they admitted that yes, they did it. They changed the matchmaking system without telling anybody, but it was just for our own good. Now, with the data collected, they will make the game better. But how does that make you feel? Like some guinea pigs. I don't know how about you, but I'm still feeling like a lab rat that has been tricked and lied to. Third thing, skill-based matchmaking is not fun. Yes, it is good to go up against capable competition, but not every single freaking game. Sometimes you come home from work tired and all you want to do is relax and shoot people. And at that time, your reaction time is not the best, your decision making is not fast enough. And you come in and face the opponents that are sweating out of their asses to beat you. And all you want is just to relax and have some fun. But just because your kill to death ratio happened to be more than 1.0, this is what you get. If you add the lag to it, and that you suspect that something is wrong with the game, but everyone denies it, and you get an awesome mix of disgust growing in your stomach. Simple addition of private matches and or ranked and unranked playlist would fix everything, but guess what? None of those things exist in Destiny. So what is the conclusion? Why am I rambling and whining on and making such a long video here about all of those things that Bungie has done to its audience instead of just quitting and moving on to a different game? The answer is simple. I do in fact still love and enjoy this game. The gunplay is just amazing. The time to kill is great, visual effects, use of special abilities, all of it just makes me come back for more. I am hooked. And I just don't want to stop playing the game, but recently I noticed that it just frustrates me more and more because of all the reasons I just mentioned. Okay, I need to finish this video at some point, so here will be as good of a time as any. Have a great day, and let's hope that Bungie will hear the cry of its community and see that we absolutely need a change. Now I will leave the rest of the video going. I hope you enjoyed. I'm planning on making more videos of Destiny and Division when it comes out, so stay tuned for more if you liked what you see here. See you guys later. Cheers.
Stand tall, Guardian. This battle is lost, but there will be others.